It all started a long time ago. The world was a mess. The universe was ruled by degenerate space elves and space frogs, who, despite their supreme powers, were as useless as a lolly to a black man that likes fat chicks. Why, you might ask? Because on the other side of the material world was the Immaterium, and there the souls of the dead used to go. But that realm was the domain of angry virgins. A fat, disgusting virgin, an angry virgin, a nerd, a virgin, of course, and sometimes later a degenerate virgin. Those virgins were the scourge of all living things. Why? Because parts of their bodies would break out and create demons. Demons that would later on go on and eat the souls of those that appeared in their realm, the dead. And if they only ate the degenerate elves and the frogs, it would be c'est la vie, c'est la guerre. But those bastards preyed upon the souls of the most important race in the galaxy. Humans. Now granted, humans during that time were in their unga bunga state of evolution. So most of them were little more than dirt-eating plebs. But among them, a rare gene was created. One that could raise humanity from their mud huts and make them overthrow the elves and the frogs. Those were the psykers, or as they were known to the Unga Bunga humans, shamans. Despite that, the psykers were the pinnacle of evolution, surpassing their barbaric kin in intellect and abilities. But as life has it, there always came a time for a shaman to die, and his soul would go on to the Imperium, the warp, and then come back and be reincarnated to continue their duty of leading humanity to its golden age. But that would one day change, because at some point, predators from the warp started to eat the souls of the shamans, and not all of them made it back to be reincarnated. If you thought it was the degenerate elves, then it was. But at the time of that happening, they didn't do nothing. The warp functions in a dumb way, so dumb that the fourth virgin, the degenerate one, would come into existence, and because of the way the warp worked, he always existed and he never did. If it sounds stupid, it's because it is. Blame those bored elves for everything. This was quite a bit of an issue, because this affected even the normal humans still stuck in their unga bunga way. So all the shamans that managed to reincarnate, and all those shamans that were, still alive, got together in Anatolia, and they discussed about how to fight against this threat to humanity. For surely these demons wouldn't be satisfied with just eating them. They would try to ruin the whole race. And they weren't wrong at all about that. After much deliberations, all the shamans agreed to one solution. One final solution to the warp problem. It would be a gamble, but it was their best shot. So they each killed themselves, unleashing their collective psychic might upon the warp, giving it one glorious golden form, creating what we know now as the Emperor. The Emperor would then give atomic wedgies, wet willies, and noogies to each Chaos God before he would go back on Earth to reincarnate into the savior of humanity. He would reincarnate in the same place the shamans sacrificed themselves, in a place that, at that time, meant really nothing, but in thousands of years would become Troy. The Emperor was the pinnacle of humanity in everything. But the trashing he gave the Chaos Virgins wouldn't last, and it wouldn't work again. So the Emperor thought of all the ways he could rescue humanity from the dark fate that awaited them. It didn't take him long, and he already knew the solution to the Chaos problem. All he needed now was time. And time he had a lot. The Chaos Spurgs, on the other hand, were so utterly butthurt by this loss that they would make it their goal to use all their powers to destroy humanity and everything good about it. For what happens next, watch the series An Unbiased History of Rome. Remember, if you like this and want more like it, support the channel by becoming a patrician and a lodge member. I promise the funds won't be used to continue my Call of Jillies addiction.